Blessings to you. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm actually gonna turn the camera off so I can put this phone down, y'all. All right, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? No, I just asked you how you doing. Hey, Visha, how y'all doing? It has been a day, y'all. It has been a very rocky day. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It has been a very emotional day. Um, today for me. I'm so glad to hear that you are doing better. I am so glad to. Okay, God wants me to turn the camera on and leave it on. So hold on, y'all. Listen. I have just not been in the mood for. God knows I have not been in the mood for like the camera. I haven't. God knows I absolutely have not been in the mood for it at all. We're gonna let the room pick up just a little bit. But today has been a very emotional day. It has been a day of feeling so very overwhelmed, and not for the reasons that most people may think. Oh, you worried about money. It's not even about the financial aspect of things. But I think today, and I'm gonna just give the revelation that God gave me. It was a very emotional day of just feeling like alone. I'm sure that you guys can attest to that. Those feelings in your journey where it just feels like you have no one. I mean, you have people, but there are certain parts in your journey that you just must go alone. It was after the last broadcast. I was just triggered. I'm not freezing at mine because I am sitting outside of the apartment. I'm getting ready to just kind of get out of the house just a little bit, but it's just been one of those days of just feeling overwhelmed and feeling alone. And I think a lot of it just revolved around, and I've been telling God this for about a month now. Like, God, I'm only one person. Having so much to do, and it just being me. It would be different if I had someone else or family, friends, or whatever the case may be, to help pack and to help take some of the load off. But it has been a lot. It was one of those days where, if I can be real, um, that I just kind of shut down. Anybody ever had one of those moments where you feel so overwhelmed about something that you're going through where you just literally shut down? Anybody ever had a moment like that? Like, today was that day where I just kind of shut down. You know, um, I just literally shut all the way down where it's like, hey, Mrs. Etna, it's like, I really just couldn't do anything. I just literally, it was a day of just shutting down. Like, I just couldn't do anything. I went to get hibachi, because I really haven't been in the mood to cook. I really haven't been in the mood to eat, if I can just be real. I don't know if y'all have ever had moments where I just wasn't in, I have not been in the mood to eat. I have not been in the mood to cook. I have just not been in the mood, because cooking means that something else I have to do on top of everything else, that I have to do. And it's just been nonstop for the past few months. Like, I feel like, it hasn't always been this way. I've always been, kind of it just being me and God, and I do what I need to do. I don't complain about it, and you just keep pushing. But like, past few months, it's been literal, like, nonstop, back to back to back to back to back, even to the point where, even if I go to bed at 8, wake up at 5, like, I'm still tired. Like, I am still drained. And so today was just one of those days where, I was just triggered. My heart just kind of sank at certain moments. I had gone to the hibachi. God knows I love hibachi. I promise y'all, I could eat it every day. If I could, if God would allow me, I'm not gonna say if I could afford it, but if God allowed me to have hibachi every single day, I would eat it every single day with the hot sauce and the pink sauce. I would eat it every day. A different meat every day. I kid y'all not. Why I love it so much, I have I have no clue. I don't do the news. Just give me the rice, the eggs and the rice and the vegetables, the zucchini, the broccoli, the onions. Just give me that and some meat. Um, but I was sitting there, and this is where like I started feeling. I was already feeling very drained, very tired. Um, like honestly, like sometimes in the morning times, like I find myself dreading feeding my dogs and having to walk them all down the stairs. And I'm like, at least I'm not carrying having to carry Bella down the stairs. But it's just a simple fact that takes, 30 minutes to do. And before somebody says don't complain, hear me out, because I'm not complaining. I'll say that again. Before somebody says something about, that's not what I'm doing. I'm giving the precursor to the revelation. So chill. I don't know why God wanted me to make that statement, but I have to make that statement. What I'm doing is not complain. I'm giving the precursor to what happened and the revelation that God gave me. So I go to the hibachi restaurant, and you know, people carry spirits, right? And so it was a woman and her daughter there. And it triggered me because the older lady reminded me of my mother. And I got so sad because all I could think was, Lord, I want a relationship with my mom. But like at this point, it's just me. It's not that I live in a different state or anything else. My mother is local, but it still falls on me to do what I need to do. No matter how tired I am, no matter how drained I am, no matter what else I have like on my plate, you know, it's just I'm only one person. And so I got a little bit sad about that because I've just been telling God, I just need some help. That's it. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way, but I just felt like, Lord, I need some help. I need help packing. I need help from someone to help take some of this load off, because I don't think, many people understand, it's deeper than just the financial aspect. I have to juggle ministry, my own life, my own spiritual walk with God first and foremost. Have to balance 3 dogs, working out, packing an entire apartment by myself. That is a lot on anyone to do by themselves. Get one if you understand what I'm saying. Y'all are silent. If y'all remain silent, we will not go forth with this. I will not share the revelation. And I'm not being mean. I'm not feeling any type of way right now. But if I can't get some type, I know some of y'all are at work. But if I can't get any type of, it's not even camaraderie. If I get no interaction, I'm just literally gonna exit off. I'm gonna exit off. I think that like some of y'all be thinking that God is playing, because it's not me. That God is playing. When he says like, I don't have to do these broadcasts. I don't have to share my story. I don't have to share the revelations that he gives me. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to do none of that. Okay, Visha. I'm gonna say that again. Like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to. These broadcasts are not for me. My salvation is gonna be solid with or without these broadcasts. You know? So it's like I'm at a point, in my life where it's just like it's not even, go where you're, don't go where you don't stay where you're tolerated, go where you it's not even about a prideful thing of being celebrated. But I think that, not many people understand, like it takes a lot on top of everything else that I do, for me to get on here and share, vulnerable moments. It takes a lot for anyone to do that. And anyone that says, oh, this is easy, try it. Try it. Try it. Try it. And I may be freezing. Am I freezing? Before I go forward, let me know if am I freezing? Am I freezing? It's a lot to do these broadcasts though. It takes a lot out of me. It physically drains me to pour out spiritually. even on top of everything else. That's why I say, like, today I got to a point where I just literally got overwhelmed with everything. I got overwhelmed. I have to do everything, and it's just me. So, I was sitting in the hibachi. I can't go any further. God, now let me get off of this. He says, like, he says, I need to explain it. It's very, very difficult to do broadcasts. In the midst of preparing to move into a home. Come on, King Jesus. I'm sorry for my hollering. Come on, King Jesus. Blood pressure is normal. It has always been very high. Thank you, man. Listen, it's all God. Whatever the gestational diabetes, it won't be anymore. It won't be no more. God literally just spoke that, had me speak that over her life, to regulate every single thing, every single cell in her body on a molecular level. No, that's all God. I have the credit for that. God said it, and He did it. He said it, and He did it, and He's not done doing. He's not done doing. He is not done doing for you. He's not done doing. These broadcasts get a lot out of me, y'all. I gotta say it. So it's like, if you get on here, like, engage. God says I need to say that again. These broadcasts take a lot of me. They take away time. It physically exhausts me. So if y'all see me getting on here pouring out, doing so from an unselfish place, sometimes you guys can probably look in my eyes and see. You may even be able to hear it in my voice sometimes that I be flat out tired. But I do this so unselfishly because I understand that it's for His glory. So the least that I ask for is that you engage with these broadcasts. Because if I'm letting you guys know from here on out, if there's no engagement, I'm going to exit stage left. I'm going to exit stage left. God says I need to say that again. If I'm on these broadcasts and I get, where y'all just act like I'm the only person here, I exit stage left. Because I know how to spend time with God, and I can deal with that, me and God just having God time. What I won't do is expose all of my vulnerabilities if no one's going to talk. And that's just real. It's a boundary. It's a boundary that I've never, ever been able to put into play before. But it's a boundary that starts now. If there's no engagement, I'm not going to stay. I'm going to start exiting stage left. And so take this as a warning. And I understand that sometimes, you listen to things, but, I'm going to literally start exiting stage left because I don't have to do it. I get to do this. And so He's not even letting me get to anything else. I had a revelation. He's not even letting me share the revelation. Like, God is literally not even letting me share the revelation. I think that sometimes, because I come on so often, however many times God tells me to come on, that, like, to a certain degree, some of you guys start just feeling comfortable, feeling like, oh, I don't have to come in. I don't have to do nothing. And sometimes some of y'all won't come in until God calls your name if there's a word for you. And it's like, do y'all not see anything wrong with that? And this is just, I'm not upset or anything. I really don't feel any type of way. But it's just one of those things where God, if they're not going to talk back, and I know that it's people on here, I can go rest. I can go pack. I can go spend some time with you. I can do anything else, but, it takes a lot. not just to broadcast, but to get on here and share your life. Do y'all not know people judge me? Not that I care. Not that I care, because I really don't. For getting on here and living out my faith. So imagine, your life, your faith walk being, put on display for everyone else to see, scrutinize, judge. It inspires some, encourages some, teaches some. Just imagine doing that. The revelations don't come for free either. They really don't. They really and truly don't. Show appreciation to your leaders, not even just me. I'm not even talking about me, but show appreciation to your leaders. People that you hop on their broadcast. It takes a lot of courage to put your face in front of a camera, let alone to put your face in front of a camera teaching Bible, preaching and teaching the gospel. It takes a lot. So you guys be sure that you guys are thinking about that. Even outside of the church walls, what if it were you? This goes for people that are business owners, and maybe you have your favorite influencers that you watch. Engage with them. Think about how you would feel looking at a camera, knowing that people are there, but ain't nobody saying anything. It is the most awkward thing ever. If you are not strong, it will crush you. It'll crush you. It will crush you. And so, appreciation goes a long way. It's not something that you say, it's what you do, it's what's inside of you. Yeah, I saw that too. He didn't let me say it the other night when he had me pray over you. But he showed me that. And it's not even just HAPS, it's Facebook too. Facebook, Instagram. There are certain parts of your journey. It may not be it's probably not how God has me, my assignment, but your assignment is your assignment. And there are certain parts of your journey that it needs to touch the world. Yep. There are certain parts of your journey that you have to showcase that and do what God needs you to do. But that is it, y'all. I got on here to do a broadcast, had a revelation. But again, God's not letting me share the revelation. He's not at all letting me share the revelation that he told me to get on here to share. And I think that at the root of it is just boundaries. It's just boundaries. I used to be the same way. God says just talk. I'm not in any rush right now. I used to be the same way, shy. I made it about me. The moment I stopped making broadcasting about me and about God, it's like every insecurity that I ever had went out the window. And so if you focused on you, you're going to feel every ounce of fear. You're going to feel every single insecurity. But when you understand that what God is asking you to do, it goes beyond who you are. It's beyond you. When you understand the bigger picture, it's like you realize that the things about yourself that worry you, that scare you, they are so insignificant when you understand, I wasn't always this way. I wasn't always this way, but I've never, God was patient with me. I'll say that. God was very, very patient with me. He taught me. He didn't put too much on me, but it's like he would give me one task to do. And when I got, to a point where I was comfortable doing what he told me to do consistently, then he just continued to expand. And that's just how God is. When you reach one level, he's not going to overload you, even with blessings. Like some of y'all really need to start putting into perspective, like the blessings that you're believing God for. You really have to start putting into perspective. Like seriously, the blessings, like some of y'all think that God is going, when you've been in a place of having to go without for so long, God is not going to overload you. Do you not know if he were to take you from 0 to 100, it would crush you. It would crush you. It would literally crush you. And so a lot of times what God does, it would overwhelm to the point where you would be no good. And I don't mean that like, in a you would die type of way, but like you would not be able to like manage it. Not only would you not be able to, you wouldn't be able to handle the pressure of the weight of him taking you from 0 to 100. So a lot of times and this is why the Bible tells us not to despise small beginnings. Everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone. And so it's like, back in my wilderness, if God would have shifted me from like, living in my mom's house to home ownership, I would have fumbled the ball. I was not ready. I was not ready. If he were to have like shifted me from, whatever the case may be, there are certain things that I'm glad God didn't do it all at once. I'm glad that it was given to me in stages. Right? Even with like when I got the first vehicle after driving that 22-year-old car, like had he just gave me this car right, I wouldn't have been able to handle it, y'all. So God had to work me into it and get me accustomed to a new normal. And so a lot of times, like that's what God will do when he knows like we've been in a season of lack, a dry place, a season of having to go without, even like with living in every area of your life. He's not finna take you from living in hotels to being a homeowner. There are gonna be levels to that. Now, granted, it's not saying that he can't do that, because I'm sure that there's someone out there with a story like that, right? But like, if you like really pay attention to like, God, what can I handle? I know what can I even handle the level of blessing of my own expectation? Because I'm gonna be real. I've had some talks with God and I'm like, yeah, God, no. Nope. I know I would love to tell you that I can handle the pressure that comes from this expectation of how I, believe you're going to bless me right now, but I'm just not there. Like this would crush me. It would straight up crush me. I would go a revert back to some things that I don't want to revert back to. Am I making sense? And so, a lot of times with God, it's a gradual thing. He gradually eases us into the fullness of what he has for us. Like him putting the children of Israel through the wilderness, it was a gradual thing. It was a gradual thing. The wilderness it was just a place of preparation, right? Even with living arrangements, Visha, like he's not going to overload you. It's a gradual thing. He says this is why he's telling you, tell her look at apartments, right? Because you can know what the promise is all day long. But like, keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with God about some things we just know. God, no, I got to get used to it. If I know I ain't been paying rent in 10 years, I need to at least get something, I don't care about, let me not despise small beginnings or humble beginnings. Let me get my feet wet so I can adjust to life being this way. And then after time, I'm ready to grow now, God. I'm ready to get to the next level. Seriously, even with ministry, it was like that. Right? It was. I had to get to a place where I did not despise, small beginnings, humble beginnings. And it's like in the beginning, had God given me like the exposure that I have now, I wasn't ready for that. It would have been too much. It would have been too much. The hate that people had spewed out, it would have like killed my spirit. You'll be surprised at the hateful things that people say to people that they don't understand. You'll be surprised at the hateful things that so-called religious people, so-called Christians will say out of their mouth. You'll be surprised at the level of hate people will show just from you living in your truth, loving God and preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. You would be surprised. Even outside of ministry, you would be surprised. Some of y'all know because y'all have experienced. It's just like, what is up with people? Blessings to you, Alyssa Baker. Like, why? What be wrong with them? And so, I would just say, start somewhere. Whatever God has called you to do, start somewhere. Start somewhere. Keep it real with yourself. about whether or not you can handle the full promise right now. Like, keep it real with yourself. And that's just what it is. I pray that I answered your comment. I pray that I answered your comment, Miss Joy. I pray that I did. Pray that I did. And so right now, y'all, I'm really exhausted. Today was just a day where I just kind of shut down. I just needed a break from it all. Overwhelmed, vexed, feeling like, just really feeling beaten down physically, mentally. It's just been a lot for just one person. And so decided to just get out of the house for a little bit and just clear my mind a little bit. Just clear my mind a little bit. I mean, it's been one of those days. I have not had it in me to pack. I just hadn't had it in me to do nothing. I've been flat out tired. Flat out tired. Flat out tired. And so that's it. That is it. That is it. That's it. Again, he won't let me give you guys the revelation that he gave me, but that's it, y'all. That is it. I love you guys. I'm rooting for you guys. To anyone that feels led to sow, some of y'all need to start sowing seeds of honor into your leaders. I'm not even talking about me. Like, some of y'all literally need to just start sowing seeds of honor, into your leaders. Especially when like, that, man, my leader juggles pouring into me on a spiritual level. They have so much other stuff going on. Like, you just really never know. People think that leaders are just superheroes. We human just like y'all. We human just like y'all. I've just got to a place where I was just tired today. God knows I was over it. I'm not trying to peck. I don't want to do anything, God. I shut down. And so it's like on days like that, you just have to kind of just allow yourself to rest and recuperate instead of pushing, because that's what the world teaches you. Push, 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 push. Baby, burnout ain't no joke. Burning out is not no joke. It's something that is very hard to come back from. It is very hard to get yourself from a place of being burned out. So it's like sometimes you don't have a choice but to take a break. Do I feel like I have the time to take a break? No, I don't feel like I have the time to take a break. I have so much going on. I need to pack. I need to broadcast. I really don't need to broadcast, but it's one of those things where, okay, God, if you tell me to broadcast, I'll broadcast. I still have to sleep. I have to make time to, do the other things that I need to get done, handle my dogs. And so it's just like some days you just need a moment just to just chill, to do nothing, to rest. And so today was that day for me. Some people may be like, oh, well, you can save money by not eating out. I am not cooking. I don't think people understand it. When you are tired, and that's like, now I understand, like, my aunt on a deeper level. First of all, my aunt, bless her soul, I love her to death. I mean, to life. I love her to life. I love her so much, but she cannot cook. She can't cook. And I'm kind of grateful that she never cooked when I was growing up. The most she would get around to cooking, and her daughters cook breakfast, my cousins, but the most she would cook would be a taco salad. And I don't mean a real taco salad. I mean, put you some Doritos on a plate, or some Tostitos, I think that's what you call it. Y'all know the little tortilla chips. Put you some Put you some lettuce on that bad boy. I didn't like cheese, so no cheese on mine. Put you some hamburger meat. That's the only thing she would cook. Put you some hamburger meat on there. She would get a jar of salsa and a jar of some queso. Boom, dinner. Boom, dinner. 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 But it's like, as I got older, my aunt she's still a businesswoman, even her old age. But like, it would just get to a point, other kids would be talking about, oh, my mama cooked and da 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 this. And I'm like, me and my aunt, we listen, she didn't, went to Pins, and they it's like a fish house. And they used to have these buffets, and she would fill one plate up to the brim, come back to her store that she owned, and we would all have a plate, and we would all get a little bit of something. It was so much food, y'all. It was so much food. It was broke, but it was just because she was not broke. But it was just a simple fact, like, why would I buy three plates of a buffet when I can get one and just stuff it to the max and let everybody eat? You get what I'm saying? Y'all funny. And so it's just like, I get it now. Like, she was juggling so much, you know, juggling the upkeep of her 200 acres of land, juggling, her daughters, juggling me, juggling her, her business. She was juggling so much. And so it's like, I'm sure some of you guys can attest, like, when you are like busy, 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 can barely, like, and I mean like up on the go all the time, you are not trying to, like, you are not trying to like cook. I don't care what nobody say. You have someone there with you, but if it's just you, there are just some moments where you're too exhausted. Yes, she has 200 acres. She has 200 acres. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. That's where I grew up. You're not trying to cook. If you got kids and you done had a long day at work, what a mama gonna do? Order some pizza, or we can go to Wendy's and get you a 4 for $4 if you want that. We can go to Chick-fil-A if I'm feeling fancy. We can go wherever you want to go. But I ain't cooking. Do you hear me? When you've had a long day, and so it's like, I don't eat, out ever, really. I've been eating healthy. Yesterday I had Subway. Today I said I want me some rice and some chicken. That's what I want me. And I got some steak today. That's what I want. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat even half of it. I ate a little small portion and was okay, guy. Yep, I'm ready to go. I got some food for tomorrow. You just don't have, listen. Ain't who about to do that? I'm not cooking. Baby, I have, it's like, if you're not moving, yes, I'll cook. Absolutely. When I get my house, yes, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm back to prepping my food. But right now, while my house, I cannot function, for one. I'm like, while my house got boxes all over it, furniture taken apart, I'm not cooking. I don't even have a table to eat at. I'm not cooking at all. Listen, I'm not cooking. I have 3 dogs. I'm packing. I'm trying to get everything prepared for this house. It's a lot on me. I feel like I have so many deadlines. It is crazy, baby. I'm not cooking. I'm not even if I go to the grocery store, please, it's for dog food. That's it. It's for dog food. It's not for anything. It's for dog food. That's it. Dog food and water. You should, Mrs. Edna. It's dog food and water. Ain't nothing else. Dog food and water. What you going to the store for? Dog food and water. That's it. Cause I ain't getting nothing else. I ain't getting nothing else. Cause I'm not cooking. So it's been different. I haven't really had an appetite, God. It's been one of those things where God is like, eat, go eat, like, go eat. And so, whew, I'm understanding a lot now, though. I really and truly am. I am understanding. I don't know who that is. I'm understanding a lot. Peace and rallies. Listen, I love me some rallies. Those fries are bussing. Rallies, fries are the truth. Do you hear me? They bussing. So that's kind of like where I am right now. Just exhausted. I had to just take a day to just chill. I think a lot of this is getting to a place where, you just learn that life doesn't dictate the world, your circumstance, what you feel you have to do, it doesn't dictate whether or not you get a chance to rest. Like, you have to like listen to yourself. Your body will give you signs. It'll give you signs when it's time to rest, when it's time to just take a pause. But a lot of times we push because of fear. That's why I'm like, God, I know I have all these deadlines. I know I need to finish packing. I know I got to do this. I know I got to do that. I know I need to do laundry. I know all the stuff. I know I need to start packing clothes. I know. But right now, I know the carpet guy's coming Monday. I know I need money for that. I'm not concerned though. But right now, I'm not doing nothing because I'm tired. And if I keep pushing, not only am I going to get irritable, but I'm going to start making mistakes. Discernment is going to go out the window. And I'm going to be looking back at you like, Lord, why didn't you stop me? And it ain't that God didn't stop me, it's that I didn't stop myself. I'm the one that didn't sit down and rest. It's when you have an injury, then you get an injury that makes you have to quit the race. You can't be mad at nobody else but you. You were the one that felt that pain running. You were the one that felt that discomfort in that muscle, in that joint. It was on you. It wasn't on anybody else to tell you to chill. It was on you. It's on you. And so today was just one of those days where I needed to hit pause. I know I have a lot to do, Lord. But right now, I'm not doing any of that. And it's like in moments where we refuse to rest, you know, it's like we start feeling triggered. We start feeling triggered. And fear starts creeping in even more because you're already operating from a spirit of fear. You don't want to rest. You don't want to sit down. I pray that I'm making sense. I pray I'm making sense. So I've just gotten to a point where it's like, I need to chill today. I was triggered. I'm like, Lord, let me just, I'm not doing anything. I'm taking a break. I'm overwhelmed. And it's okay to understand. It's a very mature thing to know when you get overwhelmed. It's a very mature mindset to understand how you operate, how you feel. I don't think a lot of people have learned to master like understanding how they feel, but they expect everybody else to understand how they feel. I was telling God earlier today, Lord, I'm very aware. I'm very aware. I'm not perfect, but I'm very aware of how I feel, why I feel the way I feel. Some people, call it, oh, you got your heart, you wear your heart on your sleeve, whatever you want to call it. I am very aware of how I feel. I'm very much so. I'm aware of when I'm tired. I'm aware of when I'm acting in fear. I'm aware of when someone hurts my feelings. I'm aware. I'm very much so aware. I'm also aware of when I'm tired. I'm aware of when my body is saying no. I am aware. I'm aware of when I'm frustrated. Why? I can tell you why I'm frustrated. If you give me some time, something, now depending on what it is, you might have to give me some time, but I'm pretty much, for the most part, very much so aware of those things. And so yeah. Yeah. So I got out the house. Instead of trying to push to start tackling clothes, I'm like, Lord, I'm resting. I'm doing absolutely nothing. I know I want to. I know I need to, but today is not that day. It is perfectly okay to hit pause when you need to. And that's not like for people being lazy, but it's, simply that when you get to that point where you know that, like, physically, emotionally, mentally, you are tapped, it's best to let God refill your tank. It really is. And so that is it. Right now, I need to go get something for me to put Bella's medicine in. I'm thinking peanut butter. because all the dogs like peanut butter. So I'm thinking peanut butter to put so she can take her medicine today, and I'm gonna let that be it. That's it. That is it. And I'm coming back home, y'all. And I'm gonna be real. I'm probably going to sleep. I know y'all are probably like, Apostle, it's just like it's 3:46 where I am. Do y'all hear me? I'm going to sleep. Like, I'm going to sleep. I don't want nothing to eat. I had I had a few bites of that food. I don't want nothing else. I'm going to sleep. And hopefully tomorrow when I wake up, prayerfully, I feel rested enough to continue on with the journey. Sometimes that's life. Sometimes you have to take a moment to breathe, get yourself together, and start again. And so that's it. That's it. Has this been helpful to anyone? Has this been helpful to anyone? Has this been helpful? And so that's it. And I pray that you guys understand, like, even the part of God just saying, like, I'm gonna start, about the exiting stage left. It's a real thing, especially when you know what it cost you to do it. I pray that you got that was put into proper perspective for those of y'all that needed it. Not everyone needed that. Some people did. Um, but that's it, you guys. That is it. Like I said, I'm gonna go and get Bella this stuff so she can take her medicine. And I'm coming back home to tap out, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell. My eyes for the past few days, it's like, Lord, I can barely keep them open. I'm so tired. But that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you. To those that want to sow, you can. If not, that's fine too. I don't feel any type of way about it at all. If you need prayer for anything, or have a testimony to share, prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com is the way to send that prayer request. And so that is it. I love y'all, rooting for you. So until next time, y'all.